Elon Musk is jolting. What does it mean? It means that he understands that in order to reach the ambitious missions of his companies in time, exponential change is not enough anymore. Exponential change represents a constant improvement, doubling the power of some process or some product in a given amount of time, year after year. We are accustomed to exponential change through Moore's law that improves the performance of our computers and smartphones, doubling their power every couple of years, more or less, and has been doing so for 50 years. Why isn't this enough anymore? Let's take each of two companies of Elon Musk, Tesla and SpaceX, to illustrate the challenge and illustrate what is needed in order to achieve their missions. Starting with Tesla, the mission of Tesla is to transition humanity to renewable energy as rapidly as possible. What is that? Well, actually, it is a deadline that is 2050 or less, because it is expected that we have to radically reduce carbon emissions if we want to avoid runaway climate change. And 2030 or 2040 is even better. So how does Tesla aim to achieve that? Through its ability to produce battery electric cars that are also serving as storage for a decentralized and distributed electric grid, a new type of smart electric grid. And these cars are going to not only displace traditional internal combustion engines, but they are also going to disrupt what is the current model of electricity generation and electricity storage. And they are going to do so generating a lot of jobs and generating a hugely more efficient model for our economy. And it will also allow us to move towards new kinds of products and services that we cannot even see today. The mission is so ambitious that traditional approaches could never achieve it. Already, Tesla is producing more batteries than all of the other sources put together. And in order to reach the production targets, it is not enough to double or treble that in a given amount of time. The rate of innovation itself needs to increase. The innovation that goes into many different areas, not only into the battery technology, but into software, not only into software, but also in the production plant itself. The machine that builds the machine, as Elon Musk calls it. To illustrate, in the recent Battery Day, where he said that the rate of innovation must increase, he announced that the new production plants, what used to be called the gigafactories and now are going to be called the terafactories, are going to achieve a hugely increased production volume at a much smaller area occupied, at a vastly reduced complexity, and at a lower capital expense. Another example of the innovations and the increasing rate of innovation is how, for example, similarly to what has been done in airplanes, the batteries are now part of the chassis. In the airplanes, the fuel contributes to the sturdiness and the fitness of the wings themselves as they are filled with fuel for the plane. And similarly, in the Tesla cars of the near future, the batteries will be part of the structural components of the cars themselves. So if you look at all of these areas, the cumulative effect of this innovation as they come online year after year is going to generate a super exponential effect, a jolting effect. Let's look at the other example, SpaceX. SpaceX's mission is to transform humanity in a multi-planetary species by establishing a self-sufficient colony on Mars. The definition of self-sufficient colony is to have 1 million people or more that can survive indefinitely if supply transports from Earth stop coming. And Elon Musk and SpaceX want to achieve this within the end of the century. Now, the amount of innovation that is needed in this is even more astonishing in terms of not only the launch capability, for which the spaceship launch system is now being built, not only in terms of the ability to, for example, shield the people being transported during the trip against solar radiation, cosmic radiation in general, but so many other things, including, once you are on Mars, the fact that the environment cannot support life. You need to create an entire ecosystem, and this ecosystem must represent a completely circular system with 100% reuse of every component: air, water, biological matter, mineral resources. Everything that supports a vital ecosystem must be understood, implemented, and at the end dealt with. So the different components of the innovation here are also something that mere exponential cannot achieve. And the rate of innovation must increase in order to reach the goal of moving and thriving in this Martian colony with merely 80 years that we have available. Now, this example of jolting is even more impressive than not the examples that we have seen in previous episodes of the context with Intel and NVIDIA, because both Tesla and SpaceX have a degree of vertical integration that is in turn increasing. The latest announcement, for example, from Tesla is that they bought the land rights in Nevada to extract with novel processes the lithium needed for the batteries. And these processes are going to be ecologically sustainable without polluting the environment, use less energy than previously, able to extract a higher percentage of mineral from a given volume of material moved. And it is not only an astonishing progress, but an astonishing degree of vertical integration, if you think about it, from the raw mineral to the battery to the car, with innovative processes all the way. So the jolting paradigm of an increasing acceleration of technological change is supported through an increasing rate of innovation. And Tesla and SpaceX and the first principles thinking of Elon Musk represent a premier example of jolting that delivers huge benefits faster and at a deeper degree and a broader availability than not only a linear kind of thinking cannot anticipate, but that even an exponential type of thinking can not count on. Instead, if we embrace the jolting paradigm of an increasing rate of acceleration, of an increasing rate of innovation, these ambitious missions become possible. Thank you.